Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to live coverage of Coventry United versus Stourport Swifts in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. Liam Cook, your host on another edition of Coventry United TV, live from the Butts Park Arena. We haven't been able to say that for a good old while, have we? But here we are, we're back. We are back at the Butts, and the pitch seems a little bit worse for wear. However, the groundsman has done a brilliant job to get the game on, to get the pitch into a playable condition. It's not been the best of winters here in Coventry, in fact anywhere across the world, and there's still set to be more snow on the way. But you know what, today, forget about the snow, Mother Nature can do one, because today we are here in Coventry, just outside the city centre at the best non-league ground in the city. You know what? We're going to watch some football and we're going to enjoy it. Coventry United about to come out now, and here they come. Coventry United and Stourport Swift enter the Butts Park Arena. It's been a good old while since the Butts have seen any sort of footballing action. The winter has decimated the Butts Park Arena pitch, but the groundsman has worked his magic and got this game on. That's a good job too, because there's a lot of fixtures to play between now and the end of April. Can Coventry United pick up where they left off on Wednesday after a spectacular win at Shawbury? They're looking to make it 2 in a row against Stourport Swifts at the Butts Park Arena. Stourport in there, changed away strip of navy blue. Coventry United in the home colours of red and green.
8 Kevin Thornton, 9 Aaron Open, 10 Shaquille McCollum, 11 Frankie Magnet. On the bench for England is 12 Carl Barnett, 17 Lewis Rankin, and probably a couple more Rankin on the list.
So we'll get you the team news just as the phone is brought back up. The phone's just ran out of battery, so the stadium announcer's missing half of the Coventry United bench, and I'm missing the whole team sheet. So not a great start. I tell you what, we're rusty. We haven't been in the Butts for a while, have we? So we've got to get back into that routine. I think the machine needs a little bit of oil. We had a couple of Player of the Month awards as well, January and February, both given to Gift Musa. He got 2 bottles of wine, so he thinks he's going to be having a decent night tonight. It's a good job he's not playing tomorrow, let's just say that. And Dominic Allaney finally got his hands on the Coventry United TV Goal of the Month award for February. Just the second male player to win it this season. I tell you what, we may have just got another one, because we had a spectacular goal scored by Kyle Carey on Wednesday, set up by Gift Musa. Who do we give the golden boot to? Is it Kyle or Gift? United will be kicking off. We'll take you through the team sheets right now for Coventry United. So starting in goal is Tom Dyche, a back 4 of Prinzel, Clark, James and Valance in midfield. Kyle Carey, Frankie Baishnet, Gift Musa and Kevin Thornton. And up front, Shaquille McDonald and Aaron Apoga. Now you may be wondering why McDonald is starting today after he was red carded in the Midland Football League in Step 5. It takes 7 days for a suspension to register. Well, you might be asking, why isn't Luke Barlow in the squad? Well, it turns out Barlow had a previous suspension from another club. He's got a 5-game ban for another infringement which happened at another club. Now, United have done no wrongdoing. We've had confirmation from the MFL that it's all above board, that United weren't to know, but Luke is going to be banned for 5 matches, I believe, plus the 1 match. They suspended for United as McDonald stabs it over the crossbar. Pretty wayward effort from Shag. Very rare to see from him. So that's starting lineup again for Coventry United. 1 Tom Deitch, 2 Ben Valance, 3 Tom James, 4 Gift Musa, 5 Jamal Clark, 6 Rob Prinzel, 7 Kyle Carey, 8 Kevin Thornton, the captain, number 9 Aaron Opoku, 10 Shaquille McDonald, and 11 Frankie Bejnet. Now Roy, listen up, here come the subs. Number 12 Kyle Barnett, number 14 is Brad Jones, number 15 Dominic Elaney, number 16 Chris Cox, and number 17 Lewis Rankin. United on the ball in midfield, launched towards the right hand side. Kyle Carey will give chase. He's forced into a mistake by the number 3. Well, let's get you into the Stourport team news now. That team news is as follows for Stourport. Number 1 Dominic Richards, 2 Joe Hansen, 3 Harry Higson, 4 Ben Priest, 5 Paul Hurrell, 6 Matthew Fullaway, 7 Jack Rogers, 8 Jim Hansen, 9 Jim McPherson, 10 Miles Newman, 11 Lewis McPike. McDonald on the ball in the penalty area and hooked away by Hurrell. Picked up by Ben Valance on the right hand side today, with Brad Jones dropped to the bench. Valance is crossed towards Opoku with the near post over the suspended Barlow, and somehow Bejnet hasn't put it away. McDonald has! Big Shaq, the one and only, with an incredible celebration to go with it. Bejnet's shot should really have found the net. The whole goal to aim, they ended up hitting the goalkeeper. But in trouble, Shaquille McDonald comes to United's aid. We barely had a minute on the clock and already Coventry United lead. And it's the Red and Green's talisman, Shaquille McDonald, just before he starts a 3-game ban, who smashes it home for the Red and Greens. Well, what an incredible start at the Butts Park Arena. And it's a great way to come home. We've been away for months due to the adverse weather conditions. And when we finally come back, United are in front in 2 minutes. The Red and Greens pick up where they left off. Here's Bejnet to Gift Musa. Down the left hand side for Bejnet, he'll keep it in. Crossing on for Bejnet, but the fullback able to put it out of play for the throw. Has he? No, in fact it's been kept in. Priest. Here's Joe Hansen. Hansen couldn't get to the pass from Priest, and it's a throw in level with the penalty area. So if you're just joining us here on CUTV, you've already missed the goal. It's Coventry United 1, Stourport Swifts 0. Here's Tom James. Cuts in from the left-hand side. Thornton. Gets in the cross for Opoku. It's past Opoku. McDonald, it falls to the feet of McDonald. Can he get the shots away? He can! And this time it's touch on the goalkeeper. I think Richardson saved that. The referee calls for a corner, so I think a diving Dominic Richards has got his left hand to that and tipped it round the post. And just a minute after scoring the opening goal, McDonald, like a shark smelling blood in the water, almost sniffed down another goal. That's a new nickname, Shaq the Shark. Well, like a shark, he's got that killer instinct. Thornton's corner! Punched away by Richards. Not exactly clear, but the referee has called for a foul on the goalkeeper. What a start it has been in the Butts Park Arena. It's been all Coventry United so far. The goal kick straight to the foot of Valance, but he can't find a teammate. But neither can the Stourport defender. Neither can Musa. Not the best of ball retention. Harry Higginson. It's on the left-hand side. It's cut out by Valance, who can only return it to Higginson. Ben Priest. Trying to send Jack Raleigh. Valance will try and shift it out of play, and he'll do so beautifully. So 5 minutes gone here at the Butts Park Arena. If you're just joining us here on CUTV, Coventry United 1, Stourport Swifts 0, the current score in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. Early goal scored by Shaquille McDonald under a shot by Frankie Bejnet. Was saved by the keeper somehow. It was straight at the keeper with a whole goal to aim at, but then McDonald was there to thump it into the net. Long ball from the back by Tom James trying to find McDonald, but the superior strength and height of Hurrell able to beat McDonald in the air, but the clearance is out of play, and it will be a throw for Coventry United around 15 yards into the Red and Green's territory. Throw-in taken far away from where the throw should have been, but the referee's allowed it. Thornton flicked on by McDonald. Opoku gives chase in for the suspended Luke Barlow and forces Hansen to put it out of play for the throw. United deep into Stourport territory. You would say it's unlikely United can mount a serious title push now, but we've seen stranger things. It's not impossible, and United have maintained that if it's mathematically possible, they'll keep on fighting for it. They fought for the throw and they've lost it, but in goes Tom James. James following the interception. Here's Rob Prinzel. United running rings around Stourport in the early going. Valance. Here's Kyle Carey, the man of the match from the last game. Just about able to retain possession from Priest, but Lusa can't do the same. Ball down the left-hand side for Jack Rogers. Overhead kick by Rob Prinzel sends it into touch. Throw into Stourport. Taken by Joe Hansen. Through ball attempt by McPherson, easily picked out by Prinzel. Thornton. Across to Tom James. Bejnet making the run down the left-hand side. Through ball attempt for Shaquille McDonald. It hasn't gone through, but it has found McDonald. Can't find a teammate's charged down by Hurrell. And another through ball attempt to Jack Rogers, again cut out by Rob Prinzel. Sends Aaron Opoku on his way. Can't get to the ball, and it's stabbed out of play by the captain, Matt Fullaway. Throw into the Red and Green's promising start for Terry Anderson's men. And following that 2-1 victory with 9 men against Shawbury United, this Red and Green side will feel they're invincible. Carey sets himself up for the shot. I believe he was trying to thread it through for Bejnet, but Bejnet didn't make the run, and it's easily gathered by the Stourport shot stopper, Dominic Richards. Stab forward towards Aaron Opoku. Here is Opoku, it's back to Fullaway, finds Carey, back to Opoku. Nice passing here to Coventry United, intelligent play. Bejnet in the area, cross put in. McDonald chest control, can he get the shot away? No, he can't. A number of Stourport defenders able to get their boots to the ball before Shaq. But here come United again with Carey. Stourport seems to have wised up to United's game now. And a bit of a dig in the back by Kyle Carey on McPherson. It's a foul against the United winger. Taken quickly. Here's Lewis McPike. Tries the lofted ball down the left-hand side for McPherson, intercepted by Valance. Thornton, the captain, across to Tom James at left back. James, poor pass and picked out by McPherson. Here comes Jack Rogers, blocked up by Jamal Clark, who has got a little bit of making up to do after scoring an own goal in Ludlow on Wednesday. Bejnet puts it through for McDonald. McDonald looked at the flag and he saw the flag was up. The lines on the Butts Park Arena turf from recent rugby matches still present to see. And also we must say a big congratulations to Coventry Rugby Club for securing the National League One title and promotion to the Rugby Championship for next season. We'll be seeing second tier football, possibly second tier women's football next season with the Coventry United Ladies, but we're definitely seeing second tier rugby with the Coventry Rugby Club. So congratulations to the Blue and White for their promotion. McPike. Stourport knocking on United's door. A nice interception by Kyle Carey and a through ball for Opoku. I don't think he was expecting it. It's picked out by Furrell. Now Fullaway. Newman across the right hand side. Joe Hansen is waiting. Lofted forward towards McPherson. Headed on by McPherson straight into the path of Tom Deitch. Still hoping to find his first clean sheet for Coventry United. He would have found it if it wasn't for an own goal by Jamal Clark. And I've got to say, it was a good header. just a shame it was in the wrong net, but he's been ribbed enough by his teammates, so we're going to forget about that now as McDonald is barged to the ground by Paul Hurrell, and the referee gives the free kick, which angers the Stourport manager, as you'd probably expect. We'll try and keep you up to date with the latest goings on at the Rico Arena, just up the A444, also known as Jimmy Hill Way, where the Sky Blues take on Grimsby Town. So we'll try and get you the latest score from that match as and when we can. Carey and Thornton, the possible deliverers. It's put in towards Aaron Opoku! Offside! It's put in the top corner by Rob Prinzel, but it won't count. It's a shame because it was a cracking finish. Goalkeeper came out, didn't clear it. Opoku got something on it. And then there was Rob Prinzel to almost burst the net, but the centre-back's goal will not count. Well, I'm not sure it was, whether it was an offside or a foul, I'm not too sure, but what we do know is it remains at 1-0, and it's a real shame for Prinzel. That's Stourport at the other end. McPherson on the right-hand side encased into that corner. Crossing opportunity for Stourport Swifts. McPike spins away from Musa. Can't get away from Kevin Thornton. No, Opoku to Kyle Carey, the man of the match last time out. Tries the through ball to McDonald, but this time it's one ball that McDonald isn't ready for. Usually Shaq is the first one to make the run, and sometimes it can mean he's in an offside position. Not that time, he did make the run. Here's Paul Hurrell. That's Fullaway actually, the centre-back. And the long ball from the back, all the way out of play for a goal kick. And latest score at the Rico Arena, I can tell you, Coventry City 0, Grimsby 0. And of course, because it is the international break, the top two tiers of English football are not in action. So no Premier League and no Championship. It's League 1 and League 2 only in the EFL. And there have been 2 goals in League 2, both scored by the same club. Cheltenham, relegation threatened Cheltenham, leading Crawley, who seem to be pushing towards the playoffs. So it's 2-0 to Cheltenham at Broadfield Stadium. Southend leading Rotherham 1-0 in League 1. Charlton 1-0 up as well in their match at home to Plymouth. James is dispossessed, and now it's McPherson on the run. Free into the area, and it's a rather wayward finish, first time from Jack Rogers. The first ever own goal for Stourport is one to forget. Good position, poor execution from the Swifts number 7. If you're just joining us here on CUTV, we've had just under 15 minutes. And the score currently stands at Coventry United 1, Stourport Swifts 0, thanks to what I believe was a second-minute goal by Shaquille McDonald. Deitch with the clearance. It's easily run in the air by Priest. Here's McPherson, the number 9. Structures now to stab it over to Jim Hansen. Forced down from behind by Gift Musa. United were hoping to break away, but the free kick given just as Thornton picked up the ball. So the free kick from Miles Newman, just 2 Swifts players back. Who's in there? It's nodded towards the net. A decent effort by an aerial Jim Hansen, the airborne midfielder. But sadly, that ball was not destined for the net. Tom Deitch rallying the troops as he takes the goal kick. Believe it or not, this is actually Deitch's home debut for Coventry United. McDonald, lofted pass. Baisnett will give chase. It's Frankie Baisnett to double the advantage. Side netting. Well, some fans in the main stand celebrated thinking it had gone the right side of the net. In fact, it's taken a touch of a defender. It may well have been the right back Joe Hansen. But that touch seems to be all that separates the red and greens from a second goal. Corner by Bejnitz, who's certainly impressed on Wednesday night. It's Shawbury. Near post towards Jamal Clark. Back heel saved. Punched clear. Well, not exactly clear. Is that an own goal? It's an own goal! The Stourport man puts it into his own net as Dominic Richards punched it straight to his left, hoping his defenders could get the job done. And all they did was further curtail Stourport's efforts. Smashed into the roof of the net, and United lead by 2-0. Well, what a start it's been. We've had about 15 minutes on the clock already. United lead by 2-0. It's the red and greens of old. We'll have to consult the replay to see who put it in. In fact, I think it may well have been Fullaway. It may have been the captain, Matt Fullaway, who put it into his own net. I believe it was Hurrell and Fullaway on the line. I'm not sure which one got the final touch. There's no doubt about it. It was a complete mess up at the back, which cost Stourport a real opportunity at going at an equaliser. Carey, through ball for Opoku, brought down by Harry Higginson. There seemed to be a push with the left arm of the left back, and Opoku goes sliding in and gets his own back on the left back and puts it out of play for a throw. Well, the referee doesn't give a decision. Get your own back as long as it's legal. Well, Opoku is the last man that you want running at. He's like a freight train. As Prinzel sticks out of play for another throw in. Well, if your mates are running late and they haven't got the coverage up, get them on quick, because you never know what they're going to miss. They've already missed 2 goals. Valence wins the header. And it's picked up by Aaron Opoku. Takes it past Fullaway. Opoku, Bejnitz. Tries to put it through for Opoku, but it's barged down from behind by the fullback Joe Hansen. Free kick, Coventry United. We're seeing what Coventry United can really do after a bit of a mid-season slump. The Red and Greens are back in business. Their only 2 defeats, I think in the last 6 or 7 games, have been the Victoria Ground against Bromsgrove and Worcester. Thornton puts in his free kick. Prinzel unmarked! Planted over, but offside anyway. Referee raises the flag on the near side, and again the assistant referee comes to the rescue of Stourport Swifts when it comes to Rob Prinzel. It could have been 3-0 if it wasn't for the referee's flag. Minutes gone, and it remains, well, it's now Coventry United 2, Stourport Swifts 0. Headed by James towards Aaron Opoku, stabbed away by Fullaway, put forward once again by Musa. Cleared well by Higginson, but it's to the chest of Jamal Clark in the back line for Coventry United. Blocked by McPherson, but James will let them go out of play untouched and out for the throw. Don't forget to join us live from Sir Tom Finney Stadium in Irongate tomorrow for the FA Women's Premier League Cup semi-final between Blackburn and Coventry United ladies. McDonald's cross in towards Opoku, flicks it up, can't bring it down, cleared, nodded on, but only as far as Musa. Thornton, will he take on Priest? He will, and he'll stick it through to Carey. Back heel to Thornton, in comes Ben Valence, heavy first touch, and the goalkeeper dives down low and smothers it, not taking any risks. The Valence puts it back immediately and puts out a assume from the drop zone. 3 teams go down this season, 2 teams go up. you'd probably say Stourport are okay. They're about 10 points away from the relegation zone, so they're probably not going to be looking over their shoulders. Has that meant they got a little bit complacent? United aren't officially out of the running for the first and second place promotion places, but get a good run of games together, who knows? Higginson lods it towards the far post, no one there but thin air, and Tom James will stride away unopposed across to Kevin Thornton. Musa Carey in the centre circle, surrounded by blue shirts, but able to get the ball to a teammate in Musa. Thornton drifting deep as he has in recent matches. James back to Thornton, and Thornton shoved to the ground. Referee says no foul. It was good physical play. Into the box, hoping to find the number 7. And out comes Jamal Clark going on one of those mad runs. Distributes to the right hand side. Carey will have to go something to keep it in. He does keep it in, but Higginson able to win it back for Stourport. And goes Kevin Thornton to blast it forward, and McDonald is on the run. You have to try and cut in or lay it off to Thornton. He does lay it off to Thornton. Kevin Thornton couldn't bring it under control. May have a second chance, but it's won back. And offside given against Shaquille McDonald, came back from an offside position, interfered in play. And thus ends another move, but again, with the greatest of ease, Coventry United is strolling into Stourport's backyard. So Richards will take the free kick, a couple of yards inside his own penalty area. Richards clears. Prinzel jumps up and connects with the head. Carey across to Musa. Now Thornton. United condensing the midfield, but able to find Tom James on the left-hand side of the fence, but space to work with now for the red and greens. Thornton across to Tom James. It's a wayward pass picked up by McPike. Threads it through down the right-hand side from McPherson, but it's straight over the white line and into touch for a Coventry United goal kick. So if you're just joining us here on Coventry United TV, live with Liam Cook on YouTube, we've had about 25 minutes at the Butts Park Arena, and it remains at Coventry United 2, Stourport Swifts 0. Tom Deitch will line up the goal kick for the red and greens in that rather fetching purple and green goalkeeping shirt. I want to know where I can get one, so I know when to avoid it. Okay, that's the one drift out of play on the halfway line, just in front of Terry Anderson's dugout. Balance. Throw up lines to Poku, but it's slid out by Matt Fullaway. Balance takes the throw. Carey in support, as is Gift Musa. Here is Carey. Forward to Bejnet, trying to open up the defence. A Poku one-on-one! Richards goes to the ground and keeps it down. McDonald charged down by Fullaway. Stourport got away with that one. But Richards did ever so well to keep out the one-on-one with a Poku. Now Valance strides forward, gets it to Kyle Carey. He got past Higginson, couldn't find his way past Priest. But a poor clearance. And now Valance, well, that's why he plays in defence rather than up front. A rather skewed shot has gone all the way over to the bar line, but it's been kept in by Joe Hansen. And back to the goalkeeper Richards, who sticks it up line. McPherson, heavy first touch, allows Musa onto the ball, who shrugs McPherson to the ground. And returns it to Deitch. United can regroup. Prinzel wasn't expecting it, but he's composed himself long enough to get onto the ball. Onto the right now with Vantage. United are quickly closed down by the Stourport attack. Prinzel nods it clear. Now Carey, got a pressure from Higginson. And in goes Hansen, Jim Hansen this time. McPherson, through ball for Rogers, but in goes Jamal Clark to intercept in the penalty area. Valance back to Clark, just hit and hope for Clark, get it out. Wood in the air in the midfield by Higginson. McPherson on the edge of the area, brought down by a combination of Prinzel and Musa, sandwiched between the two Coventry United players, and that will be a free kick to Stourport Swifts. It's Miles Newman lining up just a couple of yards outside the penalty area. It could be the perfect opportunity for the Swifts to get back into this game. A four-man Coventry United wall will await Newman's set piece. Deitch to the left of his goal, and Newman straight into the wall. They get a second crack. Priest. Here's McPherson, first time pass blocked by Gift Musa. He was hoping to find Jim Hansen. It's out of play for the throw. I've got no idea if Joe Hansen and Jim Hansen are related. I'll try and find out at half time. Throw up line to McPherson, chested out by Frankie Beige, who's certainly made a good impression since his move from Coventry Alvis. There's the throw to Jim Hansen. Good tackle from behind by Aaron Apoku, with a clearance will be picked up by Priest. Just to send it back into danger. Priest, McPherson tries to return to Priest, but blocked up by James. Now United can start the counter. Great bit of skill by Gift Musa, and now through ball to McDonald. He calls offside, and I think the referee's assistant has got that one wrong. McDonald is furious, and so are the Coventry United fans. It looked to me as if McDonald was onside. He hadn't strode past the last defender, which appeared to be Matt Fullaway, the captain for Stourport Swifts. I think Shaq has been dealt a poor hand there. He would have been through on goal, and in that sort of situation there's only one result with Shaq involved. It's not the best of free kicks by Richards, intercepted by Beigenet. Now Kevin Thornton, and the referee leaves it late. But no, he hasn't given a free kick, he's just called play to a halt so that the player can receive some treatment. It's like a head injury to Jim Hansen. It was poor timing for United as the Red and Greens looked to move out of their own half and start the counter. So we've had around half an hour. The game seems to have settled into a rhythm now after a mad start for the Red and Greens. It's Coventry United 2, Stourport Swifts 0. Shaquille McDonald with the first goal around 2 minutes in, and then a bizarre own goal from an as yet unknown Stourport player. I believe it was Fullaway, but don't quote me on that. And there will be a drop ball where Stourport should give the ball back to Coventry. That's exactly what they do. Jack Rogers gives the ball back to Deitch. And applause from the Red and Green faithful and from the coaching staff as well. Score dates from League 2. Cheltenham still lead Crawley by 2-0 at Broadfield. Swindon 1-0 up at Exeter in a real playoff scrap. Crewe 1-0 up at Newport, also hoping to go into the playoffs. And Colchester leading Stevenage 1-0 at the Lamex. Free run down the left-hand side for Lewis McPike, and Ben Valance will shield it out of play and allow it to go for a goal kick. And scores in League 1. Wigan leading Bury by 1-0 at Gig Lane. Charlton 2-0 up at home to Plymouth. Fleetwood lead relegation threat in Northampton. A real relegation scrap there between Fleetwood and Northampton. It is the Seasiders who lead. Rochdale also 1-0 up at Scunthorpe, and Southend lead Rotherham 1-0 at Roots Hall. Played forward by Tom James. Shaq will give chase. Can he cut in? He's got Beigenet in there as well as Apoku. Shaq goes alone, and this time it doesn't pay off. He's already got Shaq. He seems hungry for another. In the form he's in, I wouldn't put a cap on the amount of goals he's going to get today. So we'll be taking a break in 15 minutes time here on Coventry United TV. You can can use the same live stream for the second half. It will be going off air for approximately 10 minutes. Richards' clearance, met by the head of Valance. Musa to the seconds, Carey to the thirds. Onto the left with Beijnet, flicks it up and keeps it away from Newman. And from the number 8 as well, it's a poor pass picked up by Newman. Miles Newman. Here's Jim Hansen. Trying to thread it down the right hand side for Joe Hansen, but the fullback couldn't reach it in time. And we may need a new ball. But yes, we will. The ball on the far side of the pitch seems to be a little bit flat. So a replacement ball has been kicked over by Terry Anderson, the Coventry United manager. Anderson's men in complete control at the moment. Stourport yet to have a shot on target. They've had 2 decent efforts off target, but really it's been all United. Carey in the midfield. Across to the left hand side with Tom James, closed down by McPherson. Long ball hoping for a Poku. Up jumps full away and it's flicked away. Crossing opportunity for McPherson. He's got Rogers in the centre. McPherson tries to drive it into the box. Charged down by James and picked up by Valance. Acres of space for Beijnet. Now he takes on Joe Hansen. What a run this is by Beijnet, but Hansen will block him from the ball and play it back to Richards. Closed down by McDonald. Hasty clearance by Richards. It's kept in by Tom James. Fords in support, couldn't find Ford. Intercepted by Newman. Hopeful ball towards Jack Rogers, but it's picked up by Rob Prinzel on the edge of his own penalty area. Now Valance with space to work with. He's got Musa to his left, finds Gift Musa. Turns Jim Hansen. Free kick given. United didn't want the free kick. Referee gives a free kick against Jim Hansen for a push in Musa's back, just as Musa got the ball to come in for better position further upfield. United not happy about the decision one bit. They want to carry on. Free kick's been taken short. Is Kyle Carey. Apoku tried to take it around Paul Horrell, but Horrell blocks him off, and it's played back to Richards in goal. Goal kick towards the right hand side, controlled by Miles Newman. Jim Hansen's long ball all the way to Tom Deitch between the six for the Red and Greens. The former Tamworth under-21s keeper also used to play for the Stoke City Academy. A former England youth international. Still looking to keep his first blank scoreline in the Coventry United goal in what I believe is his 5th match for the Red and Greens. And it's just out of reach of Rogers, the long ball from the back by Hurrell. There's a yard behind the ball. Dyche's throw to Rob Prinzel. It's a nice ball to Carey. Overlapped by Gift Musa. Evades his opposite number 4. Musa's cross, charged down by Harry Higginson. Corner kick, Coventry United. 10 minutes until the break, still a possibility of scoring a third and really putting this game to bed. They don't want to leave themselves short, so they've kept 3 players at the back, including Gift Musa and the 2 fullbacks. Beijnet towards the far post where Kyle Carey is, couldn't control, but Thornton can. It's Kevin Thornton. Where's he going to go from here? Bit of arm pulling. Thornton still going. Cross put in towards Jamal Clark, but the defender got there first. Appeals for a penalty. They certainly had a case, but Thornton tried to play on, and it may have cost United. That's Stourport on the. But a good challenge by Kyle Carey, who again is impressing for Coventry United. Prinzel. Hopeful ball straight into the opposite box. Richards will deal that all day long. Richards into the centre of the park, one in the air by Musa, one again in the air by the Stourport number 4, Ben Priest. McDonald, it was just behind him, the ball. Carey runs into his... he's become a bit of a sparring partner in this match, Harry Higginson. Now it's the Swifts. Down the right-hand side. Hansen into the box, out comes Deitch. There was no need to rush as Rogers was nowhere to be seen. Neither was Newman, who seems to have taken the central role in the front three. There's been a couple of goals in League Two. Exeter now 1-1 at home to Swindon. They've just scored, and Cheltenham 3-0 up away at Crawley. Harry Kewell's men being absolutely embarrassed at Broadfield. Fullaway's header, nearly picked up by Kevin Thornton, but just shrugged off the ball by Jim Hansen. Plays a 1-2 with Newman. Priest tries in vain to beat Carey. Carey plays a 1-2 with Thornton. Slowed by Higginson. It's given the ball straight to McDonald. But in goes Fullaway. Sticks the boot in. Deflects the ball into the path of Dominic Richards between the sticks, who, in all fairness, has only made one good save in the opening minutes. It's not been the best of days for any of the Stourport players. Newman, nodded on by Fullaway. The goalkeeper in two minds as to whether to come for it. Inside's Valance to block it off from Harry Higginson. Higginson wanted the corner, the referee says no. So around 5 minutes until the break plus added time. Will be going off there on YouTube for around 10 minutes time. You can still use the same live stream for the second half. We'll be going silent for around 10 minutes for a quick break. Tom James barged to the ground. Referee unmoved, despite a rather forceful challenge from Jack Rogers. Play it back to Deitch, who's been relatively unchallenged today. Distribute to the right-hand side. Carey at muscle. Now Stourport are starting to show what they can do. Rogers into the box, nodded back to the keeper by Tom James. Showing Jamal Clark how to head back to the keeper. No repeats of Wednesday's own goal. Deitch looks for the option as he volleys it away. It's drifted towards the right where Carey is stationed, and he'll keep it in despite pressure from Higginson. Valance tries the lofted McDonald, but it's one in the air by Fullaway. Valance intercepts. Now Kyle Carey slides in on Jim Hansen, commits the foul, doesn't get the ball. It's going to be a busy few days for Coventry United. On Wednesday, it's off to the East Midlands for a trip to South Normanton. And of course, 2 women's matches in the next 7 days on CUTV. There's the home game against Queen's Park Rangers in the Premier League Southern Division, which will not be at the Butts Park Arena, we're told. And then of course there is the Women's Premier League Cup semi-final tomorrow at Blackburn Rovers. Both games covered of course on Coventry United TV. Fullaway. In the end, the edge of zone penalty area by Rob Prinzel. Carey, bit of a push in the back by Harry Higginson. The referee says no. Down the left goes McPike. Bundled to the floor by Carey. And it's a good job that there was a barrier there. I've got to say, there was a pushchair being pushed towards the exit, and the ball went straight into the barrier. And to be fair, I'm surprised that Carey's not going to get a yellow card for kicking the ball away. No punishment for Carey, but there could be some punishment for Coventry United as Stourport have the chance to halve the deficit. It's a free kick on the left-hand side, certainly a crossing opportunity rather than a shooting one for Miles Newman. The two-man wall of Carey and Thornton lined up to try and repel this free kick. Will he try and sneak it at the near post or send to the far post for a header? He's gone for the far option, header towards goal by Fullaway, and a simple catch for Tom Deitch. And 5 minutes before the break, that, I believe, is Stourport's first shot on target. And sadly for the visiting faithful, it wasn't worth the wait. Jamal Clark picks up the ball from the back from Stourport. Look at that. Twists and turns away from the attacker. The ball dodges Bejnet. Apoku does his best to get away from Hurrell, who squares it for Fullaway. Onto the right with Newman. Rogers up line, but still with Newman into a more central position. Jim Hansen. Now it's with the captain again, Matt Fullaway. Sends it forward for Priest, met in the air by Jamal Clark. That's chested down by Jim Hansen. Musa feigns a clearance and lets it go to Kyle Carey. Certainly confused Lewis McPike, and that's Carey. McDonald wants it, McDonald's offside. So Carey doesn't play it to him, now it's with Kevin Thornton. Poku. James on the left. Ball moved around nicely by Coventry United. The ball down the left for Bejnet is cut out by the centre-back, the right-back I should say, Joe Hansen. McPherson barged off the ball by Prinzel, who puts out a play on the far side for a Stourport throw. Visitors have to make the most of their opportunities before the break. Remains at 2-0 to Coventry United thanks to a goal from McDonald in the second minute and an early own goal by Stourport defender. Into the box, half clearance by Clark, nodded further away by Musa, but the danger still hasn't subsided. It may have done now as McDonald races onto the loose ball, but he can't find a way past Harry Higginson, and the referee calls for a foul to Coventry United, despite Higginson claiming that he thought he was fouled. And Newman's not too happy about the decision, neither is Jack Rogers, but the decision will stand. Both teams feeling that they should have been awarded the decision. Not too sure what Stourport thought they saw. And there has been a goal at the Ricoh Arena. Coventry City lead Grimsby by 1-0. And wouldn't you know it, Pivincente again. Here's Kevin Thornton, the former Coventry City midfielder, Carey. Thornton, nice bit of skill. Into the box for Apoku, half clear, but back to Thornton. Across to McDonald, but in slides the left back Higginson. United have seen a changed team since the reintroduction of Thornton after a short stint at Hinckley. It's Thornton again, and a clear shove in the back by Jim Hansen, but the referee's given it against Thornton for, I believe he gave it for diving. United have immediately got it back. Clark tried to flick it over the defence, but McDonald knew he was offside and didn't go for it. So we are into added time here on CUTV. The Bucks Park Arena remains at 2-0 United. Will it stay that way until the break as Musa launches it into the blue and white seats of the Bucks Park Arena? Higginson's throw. McPike. Horrell flicks it up, back to McPike, volley forward. A nice flick on. A chance for Rogers. He's put it wide. Maybe should have took a touch. Tried the half volley. And it bounces harmlessly wide. And that probably sums up Stourport in this first half. They have been pretty harmless. And United with a very much comfortable 2-0 advantage as we head towards the break. Dyche's clearance nodded on by Aaron Apoku. Here's McDonald, stumbled by Carey, means that he can't get to the ball, and Higginson will put it out of play. He'll take no chances. Valence will take the throw. Apoku up the line, as is Carey. in a more central position, but it is with Opoku. Good strength. Oh, that's a nasty challenge from behind by Higginson. The referee gives the free kick. He couldn't ignore that as United were willing to play on, but screens from the dugouts. Easy to hear from up here. United are very unhappy with that challenge. It was a nasty one. It was a late one as well by Higginson.